Hey, it's another blue day in Canada. Blue meaning the Conservative people didn't win enough seats to form government. Wow, those Liberals, they just keep on keeping on. It's kind of amazing, it's an interesting story because the Conservatives actually won more of the popular vote than the Liberals, and yet they won far less seats of the government that's in power, that still is in power. 65% of all Canadians didn't vote Conservative. They never have. 65%, and yet the Conservative Party continues to do what they always do, the same thing over and over again. The day before the election, Mr. Scheer says, I've got to give billions to the Indians. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. There's nothing left to give. Every day he's trying to match Trudeau, and I think many days he actually passed him with regards to giving things away. 9, 10, 11, pick a number every day. I'm going to give this to somebody, I'm going to give that to somebody. People get worn out, right? But he did manage to get more of the vote. The system's against us. 70% of Alberta voters, though, they voted Conservative. The other 30%, they must have messed up in their little X thing and hit the wrong one. They're nearsighted Albertans, I guess. And Saskatchewan, the same kind of deal. Conservative. You picked the best that you could. What about the people down east? I mean, I got to say, before it was old Canada, and now today it's oh no Canada. Oh no, how did you do this to me? You're wrecking my country. It goes on and on. What's going to happen next? Scheer, will you resign? Of course you won't, because you think you're the guy. You ain't the guy. You're a bad messenger. I mean, everyone watched you. I watched you. You don't answer questions. You avoid the issues. You ain't a real conservative for the sake of your country. If you are a conservative, no matter what you are, resign. Move aside. Come on. We have a country here that could be saved. There are many Liberals who can't be saved. I get it. NDP people can't be saved, but some can. The odd one. Certainly more people that are conservative, they don't know what to do. They're not even voting because they're confused. They're saying, what is going on? I mean, who's a conservative anyway? Alberta and Saskatchewan, and other places in the country to a certain degree, I get it, had real conservatives running, and people said, I guess we have to go with you, but we don't like your leader. People were voting against the leader because he's not a conservative in the normal sense of the word. What's next? There's a whole bunch of things that should be coming on next. I voted with my heart. Today, I'm having a heart attack. I mean, I think Canada is under an attack of heart. You know what? You look at Newfoundland. Newfoundland went Liberal right away. Well, most people in Newfoundland of working age work in Alberta. They work up in Fort McMurray, and they have for years. They take the money from the oil business, and they take it back to Newfoundland, and they spend it, and they have a good life. And then they go home, and they all vote Liberal. There's not a lot of sense to be made out of a lot of things in Canada. You know what? And then there's unions. Unions, I know firefighters that continue to get emails, and these are conservative firefighters, most of them are, and they continue to get emails from the union saying, Conservatives will take all your benefits away. That's a lie. It's just a lie. But they'll take your benefits away and make sure you vote Liberal. They take their money every month with their union dues, and then they go out and manipulate the system. Another thing that just ain't right. Again, how did this happen? Let's analyze this. I want to drill down and see if I can come up with a theory. Okay, work with me. I'm in denial today. I've been beat up with hammers and boards, and I'm upset about it all. So I'm just trying to come up with why. How was Canada even founded? Who founded it? French people did. They came from France. They did. Who else? English people, but that was American loyalists, okay? Those are people that were loyal to Britain who fled the 13 colonies during and after the American Revolution. At that time, approximately 40,000 Americans came to Canada, right? English-speaking society in the whole country was formed on the basis of them. That's just a fact. And in Canada, they settled in Ontario and Quebec, and a little bit in New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island, but mostly in Ontario and Quebec. Okay, so that's like 230, 240 years ago or something like that. So let's really break that down. How come they fled America? Well, they're cowards. Oh, they were. They said, oh, the king says this and that. And other people say, let's defend our rights. Let's fight for our rights. We can't fight for our rights because we're scared. We're chicken. I mean, they continue to impose these huge taxes on us and take our rights away, but that's okay because we don't know what else to do about it. What? We're going to move to Canada, and we're going to take our beliefs to Canada. Now, probably, 10% of the descendants of those people turned out okay, and I think all the other ones voted Liberal in in Ontario and Quebec. And then with regard to those who voted NDP, I mean, they're just escapees from an insane asylum. So, you know what? A friend of mine in Saskatchewan, he spent his money pretty well because he put a big sign up and says, longtime Liberal MP Ralph Goodall, gotta go because of the gun stuff, right? And so at least he lost his seat. Saskatchewan's all blue with regard, I say blue because that's conservative. All you American people that are watching, I know blue means Hillary Clinton and all the bad people. Colors are reversed in the countries, but you know, socialism is an equal distribution of poverty and despair and frustration and lack of understanding. Canadians don't get it. What's a solution? I'm a solution guy. Is there a solution? Of course there is. Alberta, Saskatchewan, Alberta in particular, separate. It's time. We're going to talk more about that as we move along with other shows, but it's time. You know, sometimes you just can't get through to people. Dumb as forever. I mean, watching this stuff in action. I mean, if Scheer would step down and you had somebody step in that talked about proper things, how to make the country better, maybe there's hope. But at the moment, the only hope that I see is a separation of the country, because maybe when you separate, and all you people in the East that are actually on my side with regards to the political aisle, I think it'd be better for you too. You don't have to live in Alberta to benefit from the separation of Alberta, because the whole country then kind of comes together. You know, the kids will like the parents better once they no longer live together. Y'all come back here tomorrow, gonna more for you from the right. That's my opinion for the day, and I got a headache. I'm gonna have it for a while. See ya.